Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Behind the Mic. Oh, wait, Behind the Screen. With my special guest this evening is Sandra, from Black Knight Studios. I'd like to give a little inside scoop on Behind the Screen before we get started in introducing Sandra. Welcome to Behind the Screen. My name is Aaron Wagner. I am the host of Behind the Mic. Normally a virtual interview / performance stream. Tonight's episode is about giving fans of Black Knight Studios the opportunity to learn about the person behind the screen. All right, now for an introduction about Sandra. Sandra is the creator of Black Knight Studios, which she began drawing at a young age. In February of last year, the studio released its first short film, titled Framed, serving as the storyteller and director. Since then, she has been taking courses in animation at Animation Mentor, and now is set for her next film, The Last Hour. Please join me in a special interview with my friend and guest, Sandra, with a complicated last name. We will learn what goes on behind the screen. I'm looking forward to having her share what inspired her to pursue her craft, what's inside her sketchbook, and her upcoming production. Without further ado, Sandra, come on screen.
Hey, thanks again for having me here.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Welcome to my my set in my apartment.
I like it so far.
All right, we got some live audience over here. Jenny, say hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to join us, Jenny.
Yeah. Eating some delicious sloppy Joe. All right, guys. So, Sandra, would you like to tell anybody a little bit about yourself that I haven't already stated before we get started?
Oh, okay. That's a trick one, I guess. You kind of described like what I do already. I guess I grew up. I grew up here in Niles. I'm from Chicago originally.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
so I like to draw. I like to do. I'm studying to be an animator. That's one of my dreams that I've always wanted to pursue, and it's something that's a good creative outlet for me. And I've so far been enjoying the journey.
Awesome. That's great. Well, so let's get started with some questions, shall we?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm
All
down.
right, awesome. So what inspired you to pursue your craft?
What inspired me? Oh, so I'm inspired, I guess, just by everyday life situations and just always looking to create my own stories from my own imagination and bring them to life is mostly what motivates me and what I want to do.
Okay. What if we could dig just a little deeper, where did the whole idea of like, as far as like pursuing, like, because I know you said what inspires you, but like as far as from a young age, like where did it all start?
Oh, right. Oh, I'm watching a lot of Toonami, cartoons, Winnie the Pooh, Disney movies such as Pocahontas, Winnie the Pooh, what else was it? Pinocchio, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, and I've always would just watch them. I would just daydream about what if I create my own stuff. Code Lyoko, yeah. Zash Bell is another one.
Nice. Did any of your family members take take part in that craft as well? Like, did they pursue it? Like, any grandparents, any ancestry?
No.
Or did you kind of come out as like the one and only artist from your family?
So far, I'm the one and only artist.
All right.
Yeah. I come from like with teachers, IT, office work. So honestly, it's totally different.
That's cool.
Back then.
Thinking coming outside the box, right?
Right.
Awesome. So, what is your favorite activity to do outside of drawing, animation, and filmmaking?
Okay. Well, outside of that, I really enjoy riding my bike. That's something I just recently took up again because I bought myself a road bike a couple years back, and I started cycling here and there. But now I started cycling more frequently, doing some mileage. I did participate in triathlons. I like to collect old video games. I recently got into repairing Game Boy Colors, buying them off of eBay, and trying to repair them. I kind of semi-repaired the first one, and
cool.
I'm starting to refurbish some old cartridges I had. So I like to tinker a little bit, watch movies, and just a lot of anime. I'm big into anime.
Nice. Going a little deeper in that subject. First, I want to ask you, Game Boys. What's your favorite Game Boy color? What was your color?
Mine. Well, actually, the first one was Game Boy Advance, but I wanted the Game Boy Color. The funny story. Well, not a funny story,
let's
all right.
Let's go down the wormhole.
All right, let's
just
do
a
this.
little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. So with the Game Boy Color, so I remember when I was 8 years old, I wanted my first Game Boy. I saw a lot of kids at camp having them, and it was I wanted one so bad. My parents didn't want to buy me one. They thought it was bad for you for whatever reason. They didn't want to get me one. But then finally, the following summer, I got one. But Game Boy Colors were already out of order. Like they stopped being in production because then the Game Boy Advance came out, and I was kind of disappointed because I liked the design of the Game Boy Color. I liked how the cartridges looked, and it was weird, you know. As an 8-year-old kid, I just found that very interesting how I was so gravitated towards the design. And then finally, a year later, I got a Game Boy Color that was a teal one. I still have it to this day. Works perfectly fine. I got it, and I was really happy, but I still wanted it to be in a kiwi color, which is what I recently repaired one right now. But with the teal one, I got it off of a retro pawn shop, and it went pretty, and I was really happy with that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. As far as anime, if you were to pick one favorite anime, I know we're gonna go a little deeper later on, but I got some props here which we're gonna showcase. But what, in terms of that, in terms of anime, what's your favorite anime?
Ooh. Well, there's one of, I guess, growing up, and then I guess my overall favorite would have to be Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Attack on Titan. Yep.
Nice. Cool. So, so we're going to talk a little bit about the film Framed. I know you have a few props on hand about Framed. Where is that poster of yours?
I think I found it.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Wow. In the magic black box.
The black box of Black Knight Studios.
Yes. Came right out of here. Oh my God. So, so this is a poster from your film Framed, right? It's a short film available on YouTube. So go check it out, or you can also check it out on the Black Knight Studios website, right?
And I also want to say, this guy over here designed the poster too, so you're looking at the designer of it, and the illustrator and everything.
I appreciate it. We also have some other people that featured in the film. You want to read off the poster and tell everybody who's been in the film?
Oh, for sure. So we had Kate Stewart. Shout out to you, Kate, for voicing Billy the Kid. Then we had Steve Bergman, or better known by his stage name as Steve Ross, as Butch. And then we had John Flynn as Cole, who voiced the Skull. Shout out to him as well.
And then some of the people that were a bit on the behind-the-scenes aspect of this film were, I helped co-produce the film.
He helped me a lot with
and the connections of our animator, Pascal Ricky, NM. He did the animation and editing of the film. And of course, Sandra. Sandra also directed, wrote, and produced the film. And for those who want to get a closer look, we have both screens here going on Instagram Live and also on Sandra's YouTube channel. This was going to post this video. So why don't you guys get a closer look at Billy the Kid and the villain of this film, Butch. And then we got Cole over here, right?
Yep.
In the
Cole.
desert scene. So, I'll hold the poster up for a little while you answer some questions.
For sure.
About the film. So, what was the inspiration behind Framed?
For Frame. Okay, so it started back when I was actually my junior year of college, and I was sitting in my dorm room on a Saturday night just drawing. I found a stock photography of a skull with big, long, elongated horns. It was like, I think it was actually a mask, I think it was based on real one, somebody made it. I found it very, very fascinating. Like, I actually really, there's times I enjoyed like drawing, I really enjoy drawing skulls. I always find them very intriguing, trying to design like a character. So, so I just drew it in my, unfortunately, I forgot to bring it, but I can definitely share a little sneak peek later down the road. If you catch me on my YouTube channel, I definitely will put that in there. I drew him. I just started drawing him with those green, not green eyes,
Red eyes.
Red eyes, right.
Yeah.
Red eyes and like the big, long, elongated skulls, and then I just drew it, whatever, and just one day, and then I was put back for 3 years, and then 3 years later, I started thinking about an idea. Oh, what if I did something old Western style? I found the designs of cowboys fascinating. Cowboys, and I wanted to draw some 12-year-old kids, so Billy the Kid came out, and I just did some random storyboard about confronting a killer, being possessed by a skull, because I'm always into, like, fascinated with possessions, or just coming back, like souls coming back, like such as Avatar: The Last Airbender was also a huge inspiration of reincarnation and everything, so that kind of influenced that as well.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed that what's it called? Like there's also there's a lot of great like aspects to the film that kind of touch on a lesson, I think, or just like the mysteriousness of like let me start over. I'm sorry. So as far as the film goes, do you feel like when watching the film from a storyboard perspective, because I remember you and we were sitting at a place that we used to work, and I remember we were sitting together at in the production center on our computers, and you had shown me the film or showed me the storyboard, right? And then you showed me this like storyboard kind of I guess short sorry, you showed me the storyboard with minimal animation and subtitles at the bottom, and I know that you had also mentioned that it was like a small project that you didn't necessarily think out could be an actual film. Is that right?
That's correct.
Tell us a little bit more about like the behind the scenes aspect of like the different people that you interacted with, and how did you feel like being able to connect with those people and then like see your film once with all those pieces of puzzle come together and now see it on YouTube? Mm-hmm. Like, tell us a little bit about how that was, like from a storyteller to now an actual, like, I don't know, a director or writer of a full short that became something.
Okay. So
like,
first,
what was your favorite part of the process?
Favorite process was actually making it come alive, because at first I wasn't thinking of it being a short film. It was just going to be like a storyboard submission for a job, an apprenticeship. I was thinking of being a storyboard artist actually originally. And then you actually, when we used to work together, you threw that idea. I'm like, what if we can make a short film? But I didn't know how to do animation at the time. and it was, I didn't have like character designs or anything really formally like done. So then you eventually suggest, hey, let's make turn it into an actual short film. And I was like, oh, that's actually a great idea. We can figure out how to bring something that doesn't like exist or seems a little like out of touch, that sometimes takes a lot of time to produce or create, make it realistic. And it definitely was a lot of work, but it was totally work. It was a lot of work and thought and going back and forth went, but definitely a good experience. I really enjoyed the process. So we met. I met with Good Walker, also known as Pascal Ricky, freehand drawing, amazing, great animator, great illustrator. He's done some comic book work. So we contacted him and everything, and he went back. So yeah, we decided to do that. How do I explain it? Yeah, so we decided to, and then we eventually got the voices for the characters. I sent him like character designs to help him out with the process, the backgrounds that were made, and so he started first we got the voices together. Also, shout out to John Griffin, right?
Yeah,
yes,
John Griffin
for the support of audios and
audio files, and he also helped you with the source of the music that was in the film, which isn't like stuff that you personally produced or that he personally produced, but he put you in connection of where you could grab those sources, right?
Correct.
Awesome. And then what's it called? And then we should also give a shout out to those. I sat down with you and a couple other guys. We were talking about the storyboard and how it should kind of go, and if there was any missing pieces. You want to give a shout out to those two guys, Terrell Cohen, man, and James. We were sitting down.
Yes. I remember that.
It felt like we were in Disneyland or in the production of Pixar. Like she had the storyboard all laid out on the floor, and we just she told us the story and kind of helped her in like moving things around or giving you more details.
Right. And then since Terrell and James, I remember they got like they know how to they play a lot of video games and first person shooter games, and they explained the process of like how the gun, so they helped me with the more realistic references and everything.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. So yeah, shout out to those guys.
For sure.
I mean, put you on the spot there.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I kind of spaced out a little.
Oh, no, it's all good. It's all good. This is Sandra's second interview ever, so it's all good. It's all good. We'll step her through it, and first time for everything. So, speaking of the next film that you kind of produced you called it incomplete, but I think it's still a good start.
Yeah.
So these two little characters, one of them is highlighted here in the logo for Black Knight Studios. Who is this dude right here?
That is Joel, a random character I drew a couple years back.
Okay, and there's also a buddy of his, right?
Tusk.
He's
not on screen right now.
He's not on screen.
Yellow guy with
just
yellow Tusk. Yeah.
Okay, with Tusk sticking out of his.
Yeah.
Okay, and then is there an inspiration where the word like the name Joel came from, or just popped in your head?
I think it just popped into my head. I didn't really think of anything, but.
So and there one's green, one's yellow. Okay, and then what was the inspiration behind Joel and Tusk?
For Joel and Tusk, I was trying to get something very cartoony, and I was looking a lot of inspiration for an Invader Zim, and I was inspired by Tom and Jerry for like the story plot, like the shenanigans. And then like as far as the designs go, from Invader Zim, trying to get like very minimalistic characters, very like play around with shapes. So so I had a lot of fun with that.
Cool, awesome. Now, as far as the characters themselves, it kind of remind me of like what's it called? That one also that one cartoon of on the Simpsons watch. I forgot. It's like a Tom and Jerry-esque type of thing.
Oh yeah,
Kind of
yeah, yeah.
killing each other and doing silly things.
Yeah, just like
So
fighting it.
what was the film though? You talked about Joel and Tusk, but what's the film that people can watch on they can watch it on Instagram and they can also watch it on YouTube. What's the name of the film?
Oh, Stolen Pizza.
Stolen Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
What's the premise of the story?
The premise
Stolen
is
Pizza.
Yeah. Sorry for me. The premise of the
Stolen Pizza.
of Stolen Pizza. Yeah, I know.
It's okay.
Okay. The premise of Stolen Pizza is that like Joel had a last slice of pizza. He left it on overnight, whatever, and then Tusk steal his last pizza, so he gets all mad.
Dang, man.
Yeah, and then of course they get into a battle out. So
Okay.
yeah.
Start running after another.
Yeah.
It gets ugly.
It's very ugly, and like with the fork, there's an old lady, and just.
Well, and
But some of it wasn't complete though.
well, and why? I guess leading into our next subject, the reason it's incomplete is because what did you start doing with Joel and Tusk? Like what? It was something of a starting point, right? Leading
Yes.
into our next subject of Animation Mentor. So
Right.
before Animation Mentor, like, what would you say you were leaning towards from Framed, then to Joel and Tusk, and now leading into your next study of animation?
Animation. So you want me to talk about Animation Mentor or
So
Joel and Tusk
so
real
you
quick?
you were, I guess what I'm trying to say is that you produced Joel and Tusk as your first I guess putting a toe in the water, right?
Mhm.
And you then created Joel and Tusk as like a starting, as like you learning about animation and the tools to use to create it.
Right.
Animation, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So it was your first one, right? Like your first.
Yeah, like I like
dip in the
colored
water.
it, inked it, played around, like started getting familiar with animation. But at the time, I didn't know like the principles of animation. I didn't know what timing was, what spacing was. So everything is very fast paced. Its timing is even. It's like looking back at it now from what I've learned at Animation Mentor. I was also learning the program, Adobe Animate.
Animate, yeah.
Yep.
So now we're gonna go and talk about Animation Mentor. So what has been your experience what has your experience been like through Animation Mentor, and is there a specific mentor or colleagues you'd like to give a shout out to right now
Oh, for
that
sure.
are watching this?
For all my friends out there, shout out to all of you guys, Trent, Cameron, Dominic, Kinga, Freddie, mentors, Rich, who was it? Rich, Allison, Dave, Cameron, Travis. Just a shout out to the mentors. I think I left Dominic. Yeah, and all my friends. You guys are awesome. My mentors. You guys have always been a great support and everything.
So what would you say in terms of your experience in Animation Mentor? What are some of the tools?
And Zach Gregg.
Zach Gregg.
Sorry.
Shout out to Zach Gregg.
Yeah, he goes by. Cool guy.
What does he go by?
He goes by both names.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, so as far as your experience with Animation Mentor, you showed a little bit of a demo.
And Amanda too.
Okay.
That's
Amanda
everybody.
too. So the demo reel, which people can view on
Yes.
YouTube, of what you've learned in Animation Mentor, right? So throughout the experience of learning animation through that, what's the program called? Maya?
Maya,
right?
yes.
So like through Maya, like what do you feel you've learned, or what's been the most exciting part about being part of this mentorship
So
program?
The amazing mentorship is everybody. So every week we how do I start? First of all, it's the community. So everybody, you make.
Tell us a little inside scoop about Animation Mentor.
For sure. So The amazing thing about Animation Mentor is the community where we get to comment on each other's works. We get to help each other out. I actually volunteer as a peer buddy, and I really enjoy helping
cool.
out people who are going through this through classes I already passed, so I can help them and give them feedback and help them become an animator. We learn from each other, the supportive community and everything.
Cool.
Great mentors, because every week we get what's called like an assignment. So we have to do an animation, and then they give us feedback on what we how to improve it, how to do it, everything, so that then we can take it back, and they help us out throughout the whole time. Mm-hmm.
That's cool. As far as the comparison to the different programs that you've used, do you only use Maya in your animation mentor courses, or do you also use other programs besides Maya?
Primarily we just use Maya for the animation, but when we do planning, we can use our sketchbook, or we can use Photoshop. We just sometimes use that. But primarily it's just Maya for schooling and everything.
How would you say with the animation mentor, the process that you go about in animation, has that now changed your outlook and how you look at films? Do you appreciate all the labor and intensity that goes into the films that you love?
Yep, I actually learn a lot how it goes. I got a little behind the scoop on that with Frame too, but now when I'm doing it, which is actually what led me into animation mentor. I wanted to be an animator after working with Good Walker. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Working with him.
So, speaking of which, we talked a little bit about some of your favorite movies, right? Some of your favorite movies we got here, along with some comic books, and a sketchbook for later. What are your favorite movies?
Whoa, I'll just start off with these three right here that I actually brought.
All right.
Box.
Okay.
So first one over here is Legally Blonde. Always.
Legally Blonde.
Really?
Here, let me.
I wouldn't expect that from you.
Let me.
I love
Okay.
it.
Let me hold the
I love
prop
it. It's a
for
good
you.
one.
So what
Another one.
what about Legally Blonde makes it your favorite movie, or one of your favorites?
It's just a lot of the humor. I just love the plot, how she says, "Hey, I want to be a lawyer." One day she wants to prove. It's just how I guess the plot line, and I don't know. It's just I can just watch it. It's one of those movies I can just rewatch. I don't know. It's funny. I can rewatch. It's one of those movies that I cannot get bored. It's I recommend it for anyone who loves comedies or rom-coms or anything.
As she would otherwise say, a feel-good movie with girl power comedy. I'm just kidding.
You're good.
Little owl film.
Oh, the little owl fell.
Oh no, poor owl.
There we go. All right.
All right.
What's our next film?
My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Oh, I love
Okay.
Love it, yes.
Why is this one of your favorite films?
I mean, because I can relate a lot to Tula, the main character, because she's a Greek American. I'm Polish American.
Oh, okay.
So, and I remember the opening scene that always gets me is when she's in Greek school, and she always talks about always bringing in her ethnic food lunch. And I remember when I was a kid, I would bring stuff my mom would make that would be Polish food, and I wanted American food, or I had to go to Polish school, so I can relate a lot to it. And I just find it very ironic. It's just hilarious. My favorite character is Gus. Yep. Trying to get the whole family together and
for one big.
for one big wedding. Just I don't know.
No, that's great. It is a good film.
Relatable stuff.
I want to say I think this is the grandpa or the uncle. This guy right here.
Yes,
he's hilarious.
Yes, he's the best one. And actually, I actually have one scene that I actually want to animate for my next upcoming class I have in mind.
All right, what is it about? Or what? Yeah. Tell us the scene.
The scene is where they're finally introducing to the whole family, and they're already having a party. And it's like, this is Gus, and I'm Gus, or this is I forgot the name, but he's
they're going around the whole.
Yeah, going out. This
group.
is the same people, 20 people with the same name.
With the same name, and then now he's the actual original Gus. Gotcha. Okay, that's funny. That'd be a great one to see in like a 2D or a 3D like.
Yeah,
animation,
I definitely want to do like an acting shot with that. I think that's.
live action.
I love that.
Yeah, that's cool. I love that movie. What's it called? So we got Charlize Theron and James
I love her.
Maccabee.
Yeah, McAvoy.
McAvoy
Yeah.
for Atomic Blonde. Man, she looks like a badass.
She is a badass.
So tell me why this is one of your favorite movies.
Because I definitely like that it takes place during the Cold War, 1989, during the fall of the Berlin Wall. I just found that a very interesting point in history, and actually that's something I've been playing around with the story idea, and that kind of was an inspiration. I remember when it came out, I definitely loved like the cinematography of it, the colors, like the 80s vibes. And I love Charlize Theron as an actress. She's been in Fast and Furious. She's been in what's that movie with when she plays a serial killer? I think she's a great actress. In my opinion, she's a great actress. She's played all these different roles. And one of my favorite scenes is when she's taking down one of like the Stasi members off the balcony. That's an amazing fight scene. I love I like action scenes. So and mysterious, anything with murder, I love a lot. So. Oh
yeah, I actually have not seen this movie.
I recommend it.
I've seen this movie. I have seen this movie, but I have not seen this movie. But I have seen this person in real life, but just as a different person.
Oh yeah.
This lady right here dressed up as Atomic Blonde.
Yeah, for Halloween, yes.
With her friend Katie the devil. So no,
Well,
she isn't a devil. She dressed up as a devil. Although she could be a little devil sometimes, I'm sure.
No, don't say that. Please, no.
We love you, Katie. We love you, Katie.
I love you.
So,
please don't say that. No. You're good though.
So, anyway, so as far as going on to the next subject matter, or you know what? Before we get into like the next, I want to ask you what do you think, like between animation, like that's 2D, right? And then you got 3D animation, and then you got live action. So like, you have these three different types of filmmaking.
Yeah.
So why target like why not do live action, or why not do 3D animation? Why 2D? Like what do you feel gravitates you? Is it because of the childhood memories, or is it because wow? Yeah.
Because it's childhood memories, a lot of movies, and then I like drawing, and I definitely think with the 3D, I love 3D. My favorite all-time animated films is Cars, but I also feel that it's takes away from the drawing aspect as an animator, and I enjoy drawing. So they both require like different skill sets, and I've learned both. Now I'm learning 2D. And I'm definitely, I really love to draw, so that also helps me why I gravitate towards 2D sometimes.
Okay. So, so now we're gonna get a little, we're not getting dark, but some people say that this is like the dark side of a discussion sometimes. But in terms of, the stress and the anxiety in the process of animation and drawing and work and school and whatnot. What do you do to decompress during times of stress and anxiety?
I definitely reach out to my friends and I cycle. I go for nature walks. I go hiking. Watch movies, gain inspiration.
Okay.
Sketching and.
Okay. She's drawing emojis, guys. Her spare time. So we got some objects here, right? So let's talk about them. So sure. we got a sketchbook here. Should we start with the sketchbook, or should we start with the comic books? What do you think?
Let's go sketchbook maybe.
Oh, okay, let's go with the sketchbook. All right. So tell me a little bit about the sketchbook here. Why is this like a Bible? That was a big loaded question, wasn't it? So, do you let me ask you this: do you feel like this is like your Bible? Like, do you feel like there's some real prized possessions in here?
Yeah, a lot of my ideas that I would want to use for future reference, like
Okay.
that. If an idea pops into my head, I can sketch it out. Because sometimes I'll forget about it, or I just randomly draw, and I could also track my progress. So like, oh, how if I'm like, because like, if let's say I am like one day in a slump, right? Like, and I'm like, oh, my art sucks, and I'm just this is not looking good. I could look back to old sketchbooks and be like, I see how I improved that figure drawing and. Okay. Or how I drew my heads or anything, or the character designs, how it has progressed, how.
So, just we're gonna put you on the spot. I want to ask you. You got a lot of pages here that you filled out. Every single page here is filled out with something. So, let's pick something.
Okay.
Let's pick something. We're gonna. This log cabin.
All right.
So tell me about this log cabin. Why did you draw this log cabin?
So that was when I was.
What's the story behind this drawing? I'm gonna hold it up a little closer for everybody on camera to see. All right. So tell me a little bit about this log cabin.
So that's actually so I was traveling.
Charm Hot Springs.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
That was when I was traveling in Alaska. I just got out of the hot springs and I was sitting there waiting for the rain to stop because I didn't have an umbrella with me. So I was just sitting there. I'm like, okay, I pull out my sketchbook and I see this house in front of me and it piqued my interest. So I started sketching it and I found the logs and the wood was interesting details to draw. So I was just sitting there and just drawing them like, sounds cool. I thought it was a cool thing to draw.
Yeah, I think
really
it's really beautiful background. Do you see yourself living in a log cabin, or?
Yeah, I definitely would want to, camp out in the
woods.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely like get away from like if I need to decompress or anything, for sure. Just.
Nice. All right. And I'm gonna hand it off to you to pick an item in this sketchbook.
All right, I guess. Let's see.
All right. So. All right. Ooh, here we go. I know she wanted to wear this T-shirt, but she didn't. She decided to wear Iron Kid. But tell me a little bit about these dudes. They look familiar, awfully familiar from my childhood.
Oh yeah.
Tell me a little bit about why did you draw these little characters here?
Oh, that's Louie, my favorite character from an animated from DuckTales.
Okay. DuckTales. Well, so who are the rest of these characters? Or is it the same one? And just in different facial expressions?
Oh no, that's Louie. Just so I was trying to draw facial, get what's it called? Like facial expressions, like learn their expressions and stuff.
Oh, okay. So we got another one that's right here. Who's this character? This is a female character, it looks like.
Oh yeah, that's what's her name? Della Duck. Yes,
Della Duck.
Like when she's meeting her sons, trying to meet them for the first time, she's all okay. She's very anxious, ready to meet them, and I don't know. I just found her expression very fascinating, so I just started to, I'll just draw them. Like. Gotcha. Yeah.
What was there any specifics, or was there a significance to you picking these particular characters in comparison to the other ones in the story of DuckTales? Or did you feel you just picked one and went with it?
They were specific because when Della Duck is meeting her sons for the first time, I just found that very funny. I like how it can go from being hilarious to being very emotional, like not sad but like happy, emotional. Like when when she's ready there, she comes back from the moon. She's like, okay, how am I gonna do it? And it's like, what's up, party peeps? I'm back in the house. And then they open the door right when she's getting all nervous before she goes in. And then what's Scrooge opens the door and gets all emotional. So it's just like changes from laughing your butt off to being all like feeling a connection.
Oh yeah.
You know, so
There's a
pretty-
kind of a sigh here, right? That you're drawing here. It's like she's thinking about it, and then she's kind of sighing and really.
Yeah, like she's like wanted to. Yeah.
Interesting. And then I see this one. He's like smiling, and he's chuckling. Looks like. Is that right? It's like chuckling.
Yeah, he's chuckling.
And then he's like, "What?" Something like that. So, all right. Sketchbook is yours. Pick a sketch to.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right.
Put you on the
let's
spot
see.
there. All right. In the meantime, this little dude wanted to say hi.
Okay.
All right.
Such a dork.
Hello, everybody. Shout out to Karen Wagner. She said that Big Fat Greek Wedding is one of the funniest movies.
Shout out to your mom.
I don't
Yes,
know.
she is my mom.
Oh.
Shout out to my mom.
Yeah, you don't get the color cake.
I don't know. Wow.
That's what her name is on the. For those who don't know, we're on Instagram Live, so we're talking to some people here watching. So thank you to everybody out there watching this on
Oh no.
Instagram Live.
Oh yeah, my character Joel in his.
Ah. Wow. So tell me a little bit about what inspired these two or these three drawings. What's going on here? Describe us what's going on in each of these, or what's going on in like one of them.
I don't know
Overall.
if there's like they're just. I just want to get something very exaggerated, like. Just,
Oh, okay.
Because I remember like Ed and Eddie, they were always like sticking out those tongues. I don't know.
So
That's
this
just
is
exaggerating.
so this is his tongue,
Yeah.
and then that's his eye,
Yeah.
and then just kind of slanted, huh?
Yeah. He's like,
Look.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. And then what's he doing in this other one on the bottom right?
And he's getting mad. Like I was trying to get like I don't know, just playing around with expressions. So.
Oh, okay. Got you. And then and then is this like him sad
Mhm.
over here in the right?
Yeah, he's like,
Bottom left.
why me? Like, he's just tired or whatever. I don't know what expression that is, anyways.
This is the beauty of live action, and then animation. Live action, animation.
But live action, the cool part about live action is that one thing I've realized, everything I've realized is how it's all borrowed from like animation is borrowed a lot from live action. That's what I've noticed. Like at work, we're having serious conversation. Next thing you know, we're laughing our asses off. We're like laughing, and then next thing you know, we are, having some serious conversations about someone passing away.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just like that's just like how I can relate to with animation. It's just to see this very contrast of it, how it just is really like relatable. I love like the live action.
It's kind of interesting how like animation is like shows a level of like innocence, right? Because you're watching animation, you think, oh, nothing's gonna be crude, nothing's gonna be, it's gonna be kid-like.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, like, we go from thinking these are innocent little creatures or what have you on screen, and then they could just be either the most vulgar or the most like.
Yeah, it depends on.
They can
You're
get you
talking
really
audience.
emotional, and they're just cartoons, but they tug at your emotions, right?
Yeah, like the reunion with Della Doc and her sons. That's a very emotional scene.
I just wanted to show some Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I was playing around with some ideas.
Yeah, got some like. Just gonna throw
And then-
some more cartoons in there.
Also, shout out to my boyfriend who is very supportive. I love you,
What's this man's name?
Pedro.
Nice.
Well, not this. Like I've been like drawing him like Dragon Ball Z style, so I gave him a little portrait. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, shout out to those people who support the artists and you. All right, let's get back into some more props here. All right, so our last prop for the evening is the comic books.
For mine.
All right, so what? Let's get a little closer look at these. So comic book, Dragon Ball.
The class.
Doesn't even say Z, so this must be a throwback.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Dragon Ball.
Oh, I could tell a lot of stuff about Dragon Ball. Cause I grew up watching Dragon Ball, read on Toonami and everything. It's just a classic, and I watched Dragon Ball Z, but then I learned that there was also a prequel to it, which was the original Dragon Ball. And the first few episodes always crack me up when I can rewatch the first 5, 10, whatever episodes. They always had like it's very humorous, very perverted, and just all around gets you going. Very like I enjoy some like dirty humor, and it's kind of it's very interesting. It kind of like if I'm having a bad day or anything, I will watch that to like cheer me up or just to keep me going and get inspired. So like, and I was returned to artwork for like just recently. I've been like just drawing like how Akira Toriyama like drew certain panels and just kind of like instead of like inking and learn how I can apply that into my animation.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of different stuff. Oh, continue. I was just saying.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, so like I just like draw them, like see how perspective's done. I recently want to tackle on backgrounds and just learn stuff. I always look for sources of inspiration. I always go back to what inspired me when I was little or anything recently that inspires me. I always go back to the past. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Yeah, I do notice there's some like shading techniques and stuff that goes on in like animation that is a little bit more what is it called, like exaggerated. There's a lot of exaggeration in expressing
very
emotion and action.
Yep.
So and then of course the shading of the blacks and grays and whites, shadows and highlights. It's pretty cool. Nice. Next comic book is My Hero Academia, which is also an animated series. Correct? So tell me a little, why did you pick this comic book?
So I picked that one.
Showcase.
Also, same thing with like inspiration to artwork. With My Hero Academia, they have like Kohei Horikoshi draws characters with like different styles. Like they all have very different, unique features and costumes. So I always look for when I'm looking for character design inspiration, I always refer to him.
Oh, cool.
That's like.
I noticed this is a really cool action shot.
Have you seen it, Aaron?
No, I am not seeing My Hero Academia. Though Terrell always tells me it's like
Terrell,
great show.
yes.
Great show. Wow, this is a little intriguing for me at least. So that's a little intriguing. I'm just kidding. Typical guy. Anyway, so costumes. All right, really quick. So costumes. You mentioned about costumes and in the stories of My Hero Academia. Is there a particular costume?
I don't really have one that like
you
sticks
thought was really
out.
cool?
Just like how he designs usually like the characters, like their hair, their eyes, the unique colors he uses mostly.
Nice. Okay. All right. Pretty cool. So My Hero Academia and Dragon Ball. Which, by the way, we should mention who the people are that make these. So we got what's this guy's name?
Kohei Horikoshi.
Okay, that's for My Hero Academia. And then the other guy, story and art by Akira.
Yeah, Akira
Toriyama. Okay, cool. It, however, does recommend that ages 13 and up only read this.
Yeah.
So anyway, which you're clearly 13.
Yeah,
obviously we're okay there. Although no, you could pass over 13.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have this baby face. Yeah.
Right, we do. So going back into other questions as we wrap up here tonight. First of all, shout out to everybody who tuned in tonight on Instagram. Thank you very much, everybody. And also everybody who's going to be tuning in to YouTube later in the month maybe, or later in the year when this goes up on YouTube. Thank you for checking out Behind the Screen, which typically is on a platform called Behind the Mic that I host with musicians and other artists. So definitely check out Behind the Mic by going to my Instagram platform, Wagner_Aaron, and check out all the different interviews that I've done with local artists and local musicians, and there are also more upcoming artists to join the screen or join the scene of Behind the Mic. So, so if you could collaborate with any animator, who would it be and why?
I would be Andrew Chesworth.
Okay. So why Adam Chesworth? Is it Chesworth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chesworth. Andrew Chesworth. Yeah.
why?
Because he's currently how's it called? He's worked at Disney, and he also has he's trained also knows how to do traditional animation. He definitely has collaborated with both like 3D and 2D, and he knows animation. He's currently working on a small this short film called Brave Locomotive. I definitely admire his artwork and his character, like he's done character designs. He's designed like fruit. He's designed like different. He's able to do different style of characters that were that always appealed to me. So that's another source of inspiration. I look for like character designs, and his animation is very fluid. I would rewatch it. I would watch there's animation that he did for some, I don't know, like it's like short called The Glumpers. I don't know, I watched that, and he animated on that, and I definitely admired how those they're like very cute little like squishy whatever ones. So he like animate that, and then he's animating on the Brave Locomotive, very fluid animation. I just really admire his work.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So please describe a moment in which you've experienced when you've witnessed your art impact someone, or you've seen others' artwork inspire you or impact you. Like, is there a specific moment or?
Wow, I gotta give it a little more thought.
Okay,
here.
a little more thought. Okay.
If it impacted me, right, or impacted someone else, or
So please describe a moment you've experienced when you've witnessed your art impact someone, or someone else's art impact you.
Oh, okay. Wow. I didn't give it much thought, but I think recently, actually.
Yeah, sure. Recently is always good.
Recently too. So, I was like designing something for someone's father passed away a while back, and she wanted to get like a little tattooed in her language, get tattooed, and I remember
tattooed in her language, you said?
Yeah, in Bosnian.
Bosnian.
Yeah. So she wanted to tattoo her father, Babo, and I remember. So I did a quick little design, and then I feel like that kind of impacted me too, because it was something meaningful that I did as well. So
cool.
It impacted someone that she will get tattooed, and it
right.
meant a lot to me. Mm-hmm.
That's cool, because you now not only is your art on someone, but it also has a meaning behind it.
Right. And tattoos have, and to me, tattoos, I have a tattoo as well. And when I want to put a tattoo or anything, I want to give meaning to the person or to myself or anything. So. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And actually, going back off of that question too, and actually this also is this actually impacted a few years back. My roommate / friend passed away. We roomed together, and I think she passed away. And she was an artist, and she helped me out, learn how to draw characters. And this was something she drew.
Here.
I don't know. Just do it.
Yeah. Come on a little closer.
All right.
Pop a squat. Let's
Oh.
Let's take a little closer look
well.
at that. Oh, wait. Hold on. There you go. There you go. All right, nice.
So like, so she designed that, and I decided to get it tattooed. It was something meaningful. Oh, that's fine. It's fine. Get like a little that I admired. So there's a bunny and a dragon.
Okay, cool. Those are just two animals that.
Yeah. Fell
Like
in love with each other.
Nice.
So meaningful.
So last question. Oh, it's getting tense in here. I feel it getting heated.
All right.
So, do you have any shout-outs?
Oh, definitely.
Shows or films, and or etc. that you would like to plug, such as social media.
All right. So social media.
This is your time to plug. Plug your social media and your other up and coming events.
All right. So the thing I want to show. Yeah, I definitely want to showcase my up and coming short film, The Last Hour. It's been on and off in the works. There's a little preview for it, so you can check out a little previews down and on the BKS Animation Black Knight Studios website. And also, I want to give out a shout out to obviously everybody, an animation mentor. If I missed the name, I'm giving a shout out right now. If you missed a name, please don't be like, oh. But I give a shout out to all of you guys, to all my mentors, everybody I've helped, they've helped me. Obviously to all my friends, Katie, Terrell. If you guys have tuned in, or if you guys will tune in, please, my amazing boyfriend who's been very supportive. And Katie and everybody, obviously Aaron, Jenny, the whole family of Katie's, my family, so my grandma, just to all my followers who have been supporting me too.
This is the Oscar, guys. This is the Oscars. You gotta include everybody.
Just like everybody. I wanna.
That's cool. It sounds like you got a lot of great support.
I do. It's awesome. There's been a lot of we've been and everybody at work too. All my coworkers who've also been supportive of I've been showing my stuff. So they've been
Cool. So are there any how would you? As far as closing this episode of Behind the Screen, as well as your own YouTube video, how would you like to close it? Is there anything in particular, words of wisdom?
Just don't give up.
Just don't give up. All right,
Yeah.
That's perfect. And when do you have a set date for the upcoming film, or?
I don't have a set day because juggling. It's kind of something I'm working on my own free time. But I definitely want to release it next winter. In 2022 for sure. That's when I want to have it all finalized. But if I get earlier, awesome too. Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Well, everybody, this has been fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this very special episode with my friend Sandra.
Thanks again.
Yeah, you're welcome. I appreciate you coming by and
for sure.
Coming by the place and joining the others that have joined the lineup on my Behind the Mic series on Instagram. And Sandra had reached out to me and asked me, can I jump on the gig and talk a little bit about myself and the props and people that have gotten me here. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm so glad you could share that with us, and could be the one to help you share that with.
Yeah, if it wasn't for right. If it wasn't for anybody at AM, my friends, family, anybody, friends, and everything, I don't think I would have been this far.
Well, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna go back into animation mentor. You've been on a break, right?
Yeah, just a
enjoying
little
vacation?
in between. I go back literally on Monday, so.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Well, I guess if you guys are interested in the rest of her journey, you can go and check out her video blog, which is on Black Knight Studios.
Right. And I blog every week. I took a little break, so Becoming an Animator returns the following week, not this Wednesday. I'll be posting this, and then the following week, Becoming an Animator returns as I document my journey weekly, just what I talk about, what I've been doing on a week-to-week basis.
So yeah, definitely be sure to check out the rest of her journey through Animation Mentor, through Black Knight Studios YouTube and website, and you can check out more of my episodes of my other segment, which is Behind the Mic, and that is on my IGTV channel. If you look up my last name, Wagner _Aaron, that's WAGNER _Aaron, AARON. On Instagram, you can check out through my IGTV profile all the different artists that I've interviewed, such as Colleen Wilde, Aaron Williams, my friend Terrell Cohen, who is a graphic designer, web designer, and the last episode I interviewed Lotta, who was all the way from California that I interviewed. So it's been a pleasure. I'm really excited for the next episodes for the rest of the year. And I guess last but not least, go and check out her stuff. It's awesome. It'll inspire you, whether you're an artist on a sketch pad or an artist going digital. So it's been a pleasure. Have a great night, guys, and stay inspired.
All right, thank you. Yay.